if the law wasn't slack, you'd be put to death for defiling the Sabbath day, man. That's a sin unto death.
Yeah.
Right? And a wrong judgment going forth. Right? So the brothers that are teaching that you should keep the law, they're persecuted, and the brothers that are not keeping the law are lifted up.
Con.
Right? Yeah, man, it's Saturday, man. You're supposed to go out on a Saturday, man. You're supposed to go out and do this, that, and the other. You know, or if you're a lunar Sabbath keeper, for my brothers that keep the lunar Sabbath, any day of the week, they just tell you, whatever day it is, it's the Sabbath day, it don't matter. You ain't supposed to keep no day holy. So let the white man tell it, right? Yeah. Let one of our so-called leaders tell it. One of our so-called Christian pastors tell it, right? The Sabbath day is supposed to be a day where you don't do any buying or selling. But you walk into any church, Saturday worship or Sunday worship, the so-called pastor is selling his ministry tape.
Yeah.
He's selling tickets for the food for the food picnic for the church picnic. He's selling tickets for concerts. Yeah. He's selling tickets for shirts. He's selling tickets for he's selling any and everything in there. Exactly what Yahweh saw and made him flip the table. But yet this is your leader and the person you listen to. Wrong judgment going forth, man.
That's right.
Right, and that's why when Yahweh comes back to establish a righteous kingdom, those type of things will be put to death. Lucky for you Israelites, even you're wicked on this earth, the Lord is going to rebirth you into the kingdom, and you'll have a body where you won't be going off like you go off now.
That's right.
For these heathen nations, you're going to get put to death for these things, man. Because you ain't going to have that body. Yeah. You're not going to have the spirit of the Most High inside of you like we will have inside of us. You'll have to come to us to get that word.
That's right.
And when you go off, we ain't going to have no problem putting you to death.
Right.
No problem putting a whip on your back.
Yeah, because it's righteous.
Whatever you got,
it's indignation, man. This is Ezekiel. So the Lord said He's gonna plead our cause, man. He's gonna plead our cause. So Ezekiel chapter 11, verse 17 says, Therefore say, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, I will even gather you from the people and assemble you out of the countries where ye have been scattered, and I will give you the land of Israel. That's how the Lord gonna plead our cause. That's how we're gonna have that righteous kingdom, that our brethren that's not receiving His word, hey, they're gonna be lowly in the kingdom of heaven, man. When they're watching your brother, when you like your brother said, watching us, or the brethren that the Lord chooses, okay, the brethren that endure to the end, these brothers are gonna receive crowns upon their head. Our people are despising dominion out here. Malachi chapter, let's get it. Malachi chapter 3. And let's just get the context, verse 13. Your words have been stout against me, saith the Lord. Yet ye say, what have we spoken so much against thee? Ye have said it is vain to serve Yahweh. And what profit is it that we have kept His ordinance, and that we have walked mournfully before the Lord of hosts? And now we call the proud happy. Yeah, they that work wickedness are set up. Let's go ahead and get that again, that Psalms 2 and 6. Get that for me one more time, barbecue shop. Because the scriptures say what? They that work wickedness are set up. Now we finna show you the clean and the unclean thing. We are following what the Most High God says versus what our people imagine in their wicked hearts. Go ahead, brother.
Look at Psalm chapter 2, verse 6. Yet I have set my king upon the holy hill of Zion.
You have what?
I have set my king upon the holy hill of Zion.
Oh, so that's where you set your king. We set our king up on the holy. The scriptures say, look to the hills, which cometh your help. Hey, we set our king up is on Mount Zion. That's why the scriptures say our conversation is in heaven. Okay, that's why we say these nations can't save us, and y'all believe, and all of y'all vast, whatever you want to call it, high IQ. You know what I mean? Y'all believe that no, we gotta vote. All your success, all your smarts, this is what you come to: vanity, folly. Let us vote. You dumb, you misled, deceived. Gotta learn, understand it, and shut your mouth. The Lord is going to shut the mouth of these people, man.
And Salakia, the cold part about voting, right? It's two points I want to make about that, right? First thing, a so-called black man want to say, because one day I was actually in a bank, right, and I was trying to cash a check, and an old school black dude, a so-called black man, walked up to me and he said, "Hey man, you voting today?" I said, "Nah man, I don't vote."
Like it's a doctrine.
So he turned his face up at me and said, "All the things we went through so we can vote. You don't want to vote?" And I said, "Has it helped?" And he walked off.
Exactly.
Right? So this is what I want. My second point is, our nation is so filled with a lack of knowledge that they think that voting for the so-called Democratic Party is what's going to help them. And when you look in history, the Democratic Party has done the worst things for the so-called black and Hispanic people. The worst things against them.
Yeah.
Right? Bill Clinton's law that he passed in his legislation.
Oh,
slipped in my mind what it was called.
Yeah, 3 strike.
That and another one. It was another one, but both of them, all they did was lock us up in mass incarceration. That's what it's called. Mass incarceration. Lock us up, right?
That was Reagan too.
His wife Hillary caught in pictures with people from the Ku Klux Klan.
Yeah.
So
his wife?
Yeah, and saying old buddy, they just showed a picture of old buddy that's running right now for Democratic office. That was Obama's vice president. What's his name?
Not Pence. I
can't
think. I know you're talking about that devil.
They saw him with a picture of the head of the Ku Klux Klan just lately. You understand what I'm saying? So you thinking that these so-called devils that are snakes, because you have the snake devil and you have the dragon devil, right? The snake, it slithers and it sneaks and it bites you from behind, right? Meaning that you have these so-called white people that are smiling in your face, say they're all for you, they want everything for you, they want the best for you, but in the back of their mind, they're ready to do something evil to you. They're planning something evil for you. Then you have dragons. Dragons don't hide who they are. Dragons come out breathing fire, immediately trying to attack. So that would be your Donald Trump, right? Who's in your face clearly telling you, "Hey man, I'm not for you," right? Those are the only two so-called white people you have, man.
Yeah.
You don't have a just one or a righteous one, man. Because some way, somehow, they're gonna show you who they are.
Yeah.
Right. But the so-called black man with the lack of knowledge, they're not wanting to read, they're not wanting to study and get understanding. They think, "Hey man, let's vote for the Democratic office. That's our way. The Democrats, man." When that's not even who so-called abolished slavery. It was actually the Republican office.
Yeah.
So-called abolished is what I said. It was a transference of property is what it was.
Yeah. And that's them putting the wine bottle to our mouth. They broke us down and rebuilt us to be manufactured fools. According to the scripture. The doctrine that they have in their head totally cuts them off from even. So that's why the affliction, the suffering, the same thing that Christ. If you go to Hebrews chapter 2, verse 15 as well. But and then I go back to what I had. Hebrews chapter
book of Hebrews, chapter 2, verse 15. And deliver them who through fear of death were all their lifetime subject to bondage. Verse 16. For verily he took not on him the nature of angels, but he took on him the seed of Abraham. Wherefore in all things it beloved him to be made like unto his brethren, that he might be a merciful and faithful high priest in things pertaining to Yahweh, to make reconciliation for the sins of the people. For in that he himself has suffered being tempted, he is able to succor them that are tempted.
So yeah, but through that suffering, so that probably wasn't the one I was looking for. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Might be up a little bit more. I can't find it, but basically through Christ's suffering, you know what I mean, is the way. And we're supposed to take that same suffering and be led with that. That's why the scriptures say that what? in Malachi chapter 3. Let's finish up 15. It says, and now we call the proud happy. Yeah, they that work wickedness are set up. Yeah, they that tempt Yahweh are even delivered. It says, then they that feared the Lord spake often one to another, and the Lord hearkened. So the Lord hear us through what though? Our affliction, our mourning, our grief. Lord don't want you down here enjoying your life, trying to live your best life, trying to put your best foot forward in wickedness. That ain't what the Lord want. That's why people are so lost, man. Our people, the deception that the so-called white man has built you on and has taught you, and you have learned it with all diligence. You have learned the white man's way with all diligence. It has cut you off from having understanding concerning these words. Okay? It has cut you off from having understanding that the Most High is giving us in these last days, man. Our people want to hide in churches when the true doctrine is supposed to be put out on the highways and hedges, man. You got the so-called white man showing himself to be God in your sight, but you want to hide in churches. You see what I'm saying? And that's why our people think that salvation is at. When things get bad, they run to the church. But to the brother out here standing in judgment, righteousness, what? David worked judgment when he was on the throne. That's what our people are supposed to pay attention to. Ain't gonna be no different, no change happening besides with blood, man. Ain't gonna be no difference without blood, but they behoove you to do what? Conform, forgive them, hate your own brother, and protest peacefully and all this, that, and the other. No, y'all need to be calling on the Most High God. That's not peace for them. When you call on the Most High God, you out here in the highways and hedges. That ain't no peace for them. Don't riot. Don't tear stuff up. Hear the words. Become wise. Put away the evils of your doings. So yeah, y'all set up the so-called white man. And what? We set our king on the hill in Zion. That's who we set up Yahweh Shai. Okay? That's who we look to for our deliverance. We look to Yahweh to deliver us by sending his son. And that's going to be our king sitting on the throne. The invisible image of Yahweh. Okay? As it says in Colossians. So, these are the things that we look forward to. These are the reasoning. This is the reasoning that we have within us. Scriptures say always be ready to what? Give a reason. Give a answer to those who ask us about the faith that we have in us, the hope that we have in us, the hope of glory. That's what we hope for. We hope for glory, man. Because of all of the things that we went through, all of the things that we have seen. But in the hearts of our people, you got something real quick? Go ahead.
It's the book of Matthew, chapter 13, verse 14. And in them is fulfilled the prophecy of Esaias, which saith, by hearing ye shall hear, and shall not understand, and seeing ye shall see, and shall not perceive. So this is talking about parables, right? But it also can be twofold, because without that eye salve, a lot of our brothers and sisters, they see what's going on, but they cannot perceive it, right? They hear when the words come out, when we show them, hey, well, you got to keep the law, right? Precept upon precept, line upon line, right? Hey, everybody can't get saved. Precept upon precept, line upon line. Hey, you got to love your brother. Precept upon precept, line upon line. But they can't understand it.
That's right.
Right? They just don't get that understanding. Right? And ultimately it's up to the Most High God, because the Most High God is the one who gives you the eye salves, who takes the sugar daddy out your ear and gives you understanding. Right? But at the same time, it's disgusting to see. Right? Because it shows that our people truly despise the Bible and despise the Most High God. Because if you are of a righteous seed, he would have gave you to this understanding. Right? Instead, he's giving you over into a reprobate or an impudent mind.
That's right.
Right? Go ahead.
So yeah, that's right. Our people don't have the understanding, nor the heart, okay, to receive such things, because what does it say in Wisdom of Solomon? Wisdom of Solomon chapter 1 verse 4. For into a malicious soul wisdom shall not enter, nor dwell in the body that is subject to sin. For the Holy Spirit of discipline will flee deceit and remove from thoughts that are without understanding. So if you don't understand, I just don't get it. I just don't get it. It's so plain. Out of that same wicked ass mouth, you seek to rebuke your brothers for not coming together, even though they ain't never been taught. They only been taught lies, robbery, violence against their brother. That's the only thing they've been taught through TV, okay? Through seeing that Christ is a so-called white man. That's the way that our people have been taught to hate their brothers, okay? So we rebuke them and say, oh, well, our people need to come together. But then when we start talking about the laws that brings our people together, okay, forsaking a covetous heart, okay, and mind, forsaking all covetousness, okay? Stop killing your own body. You do bad to yourself. Who will you do good to? If you're killing yourself, who are you gonna do good to? So stop killing your own body, okay? Stop eating defiled foods. Women to stop showing they body to everybody on this earth. These laws will bring you to understanding, like it says in Psalms 19 and 7, okay? So these are the things that we are teaching, and then you can't get it. Well, guess what? The scriptures say, it says, and remove from thoughts that are without understanding, and will not abide when unrighteousness cometh in. For wisdom is a loving spirit. So these scriptures that we are teaching got everything to do with love, got everything to do with dominion, okay? Can fill you with the hope of glory, right? B'Hashem Yahushua.
B'Hashem Yahushua.
So if our people will stop and have understanding and stop trying to hate their brother in their heart, trying to be deep, thinking you know something, then how